Okay, let's go.
For the ethnicity of my tribe. Black is what I am and not who I am. Who I am is a prisoner, disregarded and abused, molested by ideas and ideologies of who I should be, stripped and robbed of my originality and forced to adorn apparel, glorifying not my individuality but enslaving it, depicted as an object and pasted on covers of magazines in letters too big and too bold, paraded and praised and placed on pedestals, wined and dined by men blinded by the image of a sexual goddess, reduced to nothing more than an object of sexuality, and for this, they expect me to bow in gratitude, to be no more than the curves on my body and the makeup on my face. But that is not the definition of me. I am not a slave to the idea of perfect that you have created. So in turn, I refuse. I refuse to be bound by chains of sexism and racism and suffocated and oppressed by the narrow-minded ideas of what makes beauty, and for nothing more than the fear of being an outcast. So you see, you should be afraid. You want to make us all the same and silence us and rob us, and you fear the people we would become. Yes, I am a goddess in my own respect by respecting the art that is myself and the canvas of color that is my life. So yes, it's more than being black. It's more than being a woman. It's just being myself.
A poet's mission is to make words do more work than they normally do. To make them work on more than one level.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I go by the name Stonesmore. Welcome to Voice Connoisseur. I'm gonna let my co-host introduce himself before I attempt to introduce him.
Good thing, because last time you introduced me. My name is Valentine Makoni. I'm your co-host on Voice Connoisseur. I'm glad you get another taste of poetic delight.
I can now finally say the word. So today we have our guest. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Vicky and I'm a poet.
Nice to meet you. So, tell us why poetry?
I think poetry is like, it's music to me. Some people write music to express themselves. I write poetry because I don't necessarily have to follow a certain harmony. I just have to say what I say and feel it.
Verse Connoisseur. When I saw you, I had conceptions about you, and it was very difficult to know anything else besides what I could see. So what does it feel like to either do poetry, to be heard, to talk over the phone, to rap? What does it feel like to be able to communicate to people where they don't see you?
I actually don't like it.
You actually don't like it?
I don't.
No, wait.
Because
why?
let me tell you, because most times when it comes to my poetry, people read my stuff and they don't get that it's me. They don't think that it's me. They think like it's someone else. And at the end of the day, people have their idea of me. So I want them to hear me as well as to see me at the same time, so that you don't have like Vicky over there and then you have Vicky the poet. Because people separate those two, but I am just one person.
Oh, wait.
So I kind of like really do get what she's saying. Because I recently released my EP, my first ever EP.
Yeah.
It had like a cartoon cover on it and everything.
Yeah.
So I remember like saying, okay, I'm Stonesmore. They're like, oh, you Stonesmore.
Oh, wow.
Snap. Most people have this idea that I'm this chubby guy, but I'm actually really skinny and really dark.
You need to go to the gym, dog.
Nah.
No, but also you're saying basically people think beauty and brains don't go well together?
Yes. I know, because you say that to me. Valentine, I went to go see Val in his room this other day, and he was like, we were having a conversation about church, and then I brought up, I don't remember who brought up something about Napoleon and all that, and I was talking about how the Pope got arrested and that, and then someone said, he said, oh my God, you're actually smart. Of all the words to describe you, smart would have never been one of them. So I went around the room, right? I'm like, to the guys, they're like, nice legs. Well, I'm like, they're like, no, we wouldn't use smart to describe a girl with a nice face. It's not a word.
Wait, look. What?
So yes, it's more than being black. It's more than being a woman. It's just being myself.
Oh, okay, cool. I guess I gotta
Oh my
change.
God.
I Gotta change
I'm
now.
sweating right now.
I gotta change now. It's gotta change now, dog. It's gotta change.
I need a fan up in here. That's too hot.
Ladies.
Yeah, bro.
I'm quiet. I've been told that I'm trash and I need to go back into the trash can. So I'm quiet, dog. I ain't got no rebuttals.
And no reply.
Hey, yo, dog.
And no reply.
Dog.
You're letting me down, man.
Dog, no, I think it's a man to say, look, it's manly to say, look, I was wrong. And, you know, it took us a while. I'm glad that we're cool now. It took us a while, but, you know, I was too focused on being trash. Now I'm like, I want to be trashless. You know?
He's actually changed a lot. Eh? He's like now, he now sees women as
not objects, right?
Yes, not objects. That's the right word.
Wow.
Yo, dog, this sounds so bad though. Like, it's like, yeah, now I'm like good, but like then I was really, really bad. Okay, that's what
I want to dive into history of this boy right here.
Go ahead. Ask me anything. I'm like your moving encyclopedia right here. I'm like your moving encyclopedia. Anything you want to know.
I need all the details.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to save that for after the show.
Thank you.
And people can ask me later what I discovered. And I'm going to tell them.
Snitch.
And I'll be a snitch, bro.
We charge. We have EcoCash One wallet. You can just EcoCash us. We'll send you details.
What happened to bro code? You're my bro, Vicky. What happened to bro code?
I look nothing like a bro.
Oh, fine, but
I'm a very pretty girl. So let's go with you're my sis.
By pretty, she is right, people. Listen.
Verse Connoisseur.
I hope so. I hope I get out of my shell.
Yeah, because it's something that you gotta do in order. You don't know who you're giving a voice to by stepping out of your shell.
Actually, I wrote something. Val has the piece that I wrote, and I decided, let me put this out because I wrote about one of the most, I think, difficult times of my life, like something that was extremely difficult. So I put it on my Instagram, I put it on my WhatsApp status and stuff. And then this friend of mine is like, I feel like you were talking about my life currently, right now. And I'm like, really? And she's like, and she's talking to me and she's telling me this is going on. And I was like, look, whatever it is, whatever is happening, finish reading what I wrote. And at the end it says, you can get through anything. Like you need to brave it out sometimes. And sometimes you need to find someone to talk to. I'm very fortunate in the sense that I have friends that like know how to keep secrets, friends that I can talk to and they can be like, you're in a bad space and you don't want to talk about this and this that happened. But I feel people who will check up on you, because that's really, really, really important, because depression is a real thing, people. It's not a white people disease like most black parents sometimes say, like it's a white people thing.
Sure.
It's everyone's thing, and it gets really, really bad sometimes.
Yeah. So I feel like as artists, it's our duty to like bring conversations like this to the table. You never know what you write or what you create, wherever could spark something in someone. Like, okay, he spoke about it in his poems. Maybe it's time that I spoke to someone about it, and maybe I could find a way forward about it. So I think that's why like things like poetry are really important to the society, because like we start conversations within society somehow.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, we have a big responsibility.
And it goes both ways. And the first way it can go in like people that you weren't talking to, like you said, the girl who got on your Instagram, heard your story, she was moved by it in a very different way. Or even like people that you talk to all the time, for example, me and you, there's certain things that because we're just talking and we're chilling, like it might not open that door for conversation in a way in which we can know each other better, we can know each other in a deeper way. And yeah, I guess, you know, as artists, living in that truth.
But
Exactly.
I feel like sometimes artists, we have the hardest lives. And I always tell people that if you are an artist, you are one of the most, if you're a good artist, you're one of the most emotionally unstable people. Emotionally and mentally, you're one of the most unstable people. Because what being an artist does, it opens you up to feel. You feel everything in its most absolute form. So if you're feeling pain, you feel extreme pain. And if you're feeling happy, then you're euphoria. Someone's going to be like, are you high? What's going on? Stuff like that. But I feel like being an artist is so hard. And sometimes we come across as misunderstood. That's why I feel sometimes you have some of these people going and taking drugs and what, because the emotions really that you get to experience, because you've opened yourself up mentally and emotionally, like to different energies like that, it becomes so difficult. And I get so frustrated sometimes when people are so quick to judge. They judge artists like, oh, why is she doing that? Why is he doing that? But they don't understand how deeply you feel certain things and how certain words affect you. Words affect you more than other people because you understand the depth and the weight of someone saying to you, oh, you're ugly. It might not mean anything to anyone, but it might make you break into tears.
Yeah, true. I can relate what she's saying.
Trevor Noah actually says it. He says, comedians are one of the saddest people around because they understand the world. But look, on the other hand, if you're an artist and you feel good, that means when you do things that feel good, you're going to feel good. So I'm just saying.
Feel good like what, Val? Tell us what you're talking about. Feel good like what?
I'm just saying, if you feel good, if you're an artist and you feel as much as you say you feel, that means that if you go with an artist,
you're going to feel good.
You're going to feel good.
Not necessarily.
You're going to feel good.
Not really.
Because,
not really.
Wait. What I'm saying is, okay, maybe the person who is with the artist is going to feel good, but the artist is going to feel good because they feel differently. They feel passionate.
Because, as an artist, you can be the saddest artist in the world, but make the happiest art.
True.
So
actually, I find that it's actually easier to make like art that's different from the way that you feel as a form of escape, rather than actually confronting all these difficult emotions. And it actually makes pretty sense.
I'm actually the exact opposite, Val. If I'm in a place where I am extremely happy, I get writer's block. I cannot write when I'm happy. I cannot. I write most of the stuff that I write when I am feeling extremely sad and extremely depressed, because that's when I feel like my emotions are better expressed and all of that. But the moment that, like, he knows, you'll ask me sometimes, like, who's making you happy these days? What's going on? And it presents itself as
a place of happiness.
Yes, it presents itself as a challenge sometimes, the fact that I can't write anything. And sometimes I have trouble writing like happy. I don't know how to do happy poems. I can write about sex. I can write about heartbreak and depression.
Why do you write about sex?
Because I feel like sex is art. You don't just do it. There should be an art to it.
Okay.
Interesting.
By the way, I said I'm trash light, so that's it.
Anyway, it was nice having you over.
Thank you.
Hopefully you come through next time.
Thank you.
With more poems.
I would love to.
Yeah, so it was nice having you. Any last words, Val?
Yeah, I think Vicky shows exactly what it is like to be a poet, because I'm fortunate enough to see all her poems before they get out, with all the bad spellings and the incomplete thoughts. I see everything. They are really ugly, like they are really, really bad. But I think, like she said, they're honest, and I think that's what I resonate the most with. Like sometimes all of these different structures and multi-syllabic rhyming and punchlines and deep concepts, that sometimes is subservient to like the honesty and truth that people can speak to.
Yeah, true.
Which is why I'm so glad that Vicky joined us in the studio. She spoke her truth, and you could see those layers coming off and through the poetry.
Yeah, because I mean, like sometimes, like, you know, especially rappers, they focus so much on the technique.
Yeah.
And okay, the double rhymes and stuff.
Mumble
like
rap.
That.
Mumble rap.
Then
yeah,
you're not really saying anything.
You're not saying anything. You're not connecting with people. So,
exactly. So what I kind of like about the poetry is the fact that it's simple.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, an average listener can be like, okay, I get that.
I connect with that.
Yeah, because sometimes poets like get carried away with like big words and stuff like that.
Real talk,
and then we're not really understanding what you're saying. Like, okay, you got like, there's fancy words that you have going on, but what exactly are you saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So
man.
I kind of appreciate your poetry for that. For being simple.
Thank you. And I think just to say goodbye to your listeners, and I was about to say viewers, to your listeners. Exactly. To your listeners, I think as a goodbye, I think words are your power. Like, your words, don't let anyone tell you how to express what you feel. Say it as honest as it is. Words are they're your only weapon in life. No one is going to defend you. No one is going to come to your rescue. Use your words.
Verse Connoisseur.
I crave you in ways that seem impossible, in ways words cannot explain, and yet sound and actions cannot match. I crave the warmth that is your love, or is it the warmth that is my blood? Because loving you is swimming through seas of broken glass. Do I make sense now? I crave the fire ignited by your kisses, but is it your kisses or the deposit of acid into my naive mouth? The acid that burns its way through the entirety of my body and scorching my soul. Can we have sex now? I crave your caress, or is it the peeling back of my skin by hands so brute I cannot tell? Do I make sense now? Can we have sex now? I crave the pleasures that threaten to be the death of me, with orgasms that tear through the fabric of my reality as they lie on the edges of hurricanes. To be soaked in oceans of your shark-infested love. Do I make sense now? Can we have sex now? I do my Instagram most of the time.
Handles. People want to follow.
Okay, Icky Vicky. Icky_Vicky with a double K.
Okay, and you on Twitter?
I am, but I don't tweet. It's Wildfire2305. I don't tweet. I just read. I like Black Twitter.
Verse Connoisseur, a proud initiative of Yield.